Australia, famous for swaths of tropical beaches, marine reserves, aboriginal culture, cute koalas, rolling wine country, and lush rainforests. Australia is one of the world's most highly urbanized country. It is well known for its attractive mega cities such as Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth, and for its natural wonders, wide open spaces, deserts, the bush, and the outback. Most skyscrapers are located in cities within the eastern state of Australia, and a number of these cities, such as Melbourne and Sydney, also rank high in the world list of cities with the most skyscrapers. The tallest building in Australia is the Q1 skyscraper on the Gold Coast, Queensland. At amazing 322.5 meters, the Q1 is taller than both the Eiffel Tower and the Empire State Building. Construction began in 2002, and the Q1 opened to the public in 2005, becoming the world's tallest residential building from 2005 to 2011, before dropping to its century 11th place by 2021. It is still the tallest residential building in Australia, measured from base to spire. The Q1 was designed by SDC and the Bushan Group, taking inspiration from another iconic Australian buildings, the Sydney Opera House. The architects also drew from the figure of Olympic torch, as the planning began during 2000s while the Olympics were being held in Sydney. The ground floors of Q1 host retail stores, swimming pools, a gymnasium, restaurants, and a spa. There are 527 residential apartments in the upper levels, and at the top is an observation deck, Sky Point, with a 360-degree view of the Gold Coast and one of the fastest elevators in the world. Sydney has 41 buildings taller than 150 meters compared to Hong Kong with 551 and New York with 306, according to the Council on Town Buildings and Urban Habitat database. A proposal to build the country's tallest tower on a very small Gold Coast site has been denounced by planning officials as overbearing. Gold Coast City Council has advised the Melbourne-based development consortium behind the $400 million project to find an alternative location. After plans for twin towers as high as 100 stories were logged last week, set over two adjoining sites and a laneway at Southport, One Park Lane offers a combined 1,227 square meter footprint. One Park Lane Developments hopes to build a 100-story residential tower on the larger 655 square meter site at One Park Lane and a 60-story office tower on the 572 square meter site at 6 Park Lane. Rising to a proposed height of 393.5 meters, the residential tower, with just 197 apartments, would be 27.5 meters taller than the country's tallest approved tower. However, the Southport proposal in its current form is unlikely to succeed after being heavily criticized by the City of Gold Coast planning officers. Highlighting the project's many challenges, the planning officers suggested in a pre-lodgement meeting decision in June that the applicant contemplate an alternative subject site accommodate this particular proposal. City officers raised significant concern with the proposed setback and side cover of each tower, which they said would result in an excessively dominant and overbearing build form. The proposal is of a significant scale and intensity and is not suitably set back to offset the height and the side cover of the buildings to protect the amenity of the surrounding area. City officers also noted the project's height would sit just under the maximum 400-meter building limit allowed under air-controlled traffic regulations and thus would require Commonwealth approval during the construction if crane exceeded this level. Other concerns included that the proposed tower would have a very narrow separation with an approved 200-meter tower at 5 park lane, resulting in inappropriate amenity outback for future residents of each tower. Response to these concerns were sought from the consortium behind the project, which is backed by a syndicate of private investors headed by Melbourne-based building contractor Tony Ghosh. We have taken those comments on board and we are hopefully that the fully developed proposal as logged with Council last Thursday will address those concerns, Mr. Ghosh told the Australian Financial Review. Also on board as the project development managers is Melbourne-based property group Barracon. Melbourne-based non-bank lender Payton is funding the project. Designed by architect BKK, the two darkly shaded towers are joined at the base by a 3-story high molded canopy with a sky breeze at level 22. The narrow office tower will offer just 12,000 square meters of livable space across its 60 stories, equating to an average floor plate size of 200 square meters. The office tower is designed as a strata office building for owner-occupiers. A successful example of this is 41 Exhibition Street, Melbourne, Mr. Ghosh said. This will be an A-grade office building with world's first environmental credential that will attract owner-occupiers and investors who fully understood the risks if they don't invest in assets that are future-proofed environmentally. Thanks for watching this video till the end.